Hello everyone, I'm the Sports Wiz 101 and today I'll be giving you my predictions for week 17 of the NFL season. So we'll get all these games predicted, set to happen this week. Getting this thing out a day earlier than usual due to the Christmas holiday. So we'll see if we can get this going. Hopefully we can improve on last week where we went 11-5. And let's get things started in the AFC, as we got my Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, two teams that will both be representing the AFC in the postseason. The Chiefs going for home field. The Steelers, they want that North. They're not going to be able to lock it up this week no matter what happens, but they can put themselves in a good position to lock it up next week if they win. Pittsburgh should have George Pickens back for this game. And I think they're really going to need him with how good the Chiefs do against the run. Teams just do not run the ball well against Kansas City. So Russell Wilson's going to have a big game. And it's going to be interesting, especially if the Chiefs don't have Chris Jones. He is questionable for this game. That being said, I think this game ultimately comes down to how well the Chiefs' offensive line is able to protect Mahomes. And I'm going to bet on the fact that they're able to somewhat neutralize the Steeler pass rush. And it's going to lead to a Chiefs victory on Christmas. And that would lead to the Chiefs locking up home field for the AFC playoffs. And then we got the other Christmas game. It's the Ravens and the Texans. Another two teams that will both be in the postseason. I'm going to take Baltimore here. I think that they'll do a good job of slowing down that Texan offense, especially after Tank Dell suffered his season-ending injuries. I'm just not sure Houston will be able to do a good job of moving the ball here. I think Lamar Jackson will be elusive enough to get away from the Texans' defenders, and that leads to the Ravens getting a win. Moving on, we got Saturday games. First, we got the Broncos and the Bengals. I think this is actually the second game of the triple header they're going to have on Saturday. But yeah, this is going to be a big one. Broncos win, they're in the postseason. If the Bengals win, though, Cincinnati will still have a chance at the postseason going into Week 18. Interesting matchup here, but I'm going to take Denver here to get the win. I'm just taking the better defense. I think Bo Nix and company will be able to move the ball very effectively against that Cincinnati defense. And I'm not sure that the Bengals are going to be able to do enough offensively to offset that. So yeah, I'm taking Denver there. This next one's actually my lock of the week. I'm taking the Chargers to win their game against the Patriots, locking up their own postseason spot. Yeah, I mean, this is a Patriots team that just does not get out of its way. Chargers under Harbaugh, they're not going to put themselves in these bad situations. They're not going to make these mistakes. The Patriots cannot get out of their own way. I'll take the Chargers. Then we got a battle between two teams already eliminated, the Titans versus the Jaguars. I like Jacksonville here. I think that Tennessee, they just aren't a good offense in my opinion. And yeah, I'm trusting Mac Jones over whoever the quarterback winds up being for the Titans. Is it going to be Mason Rudolph? Is it going to be Will Levis? I don't know. I don't care. I'm taking the Jaguars regardless. Jets and Bills will go at it in Buffalo. Give me the Bills here. I mean, yeah, it's a division game, and as we saw last Sunday for Buffalo, you can't just chalk up a win in a division game. These teams know you about as well as anybody. But even then, it's the Bills taking on the Jets. I expect James Cook to have a big game for Buffalo against that Jet defense. Aaron Rodgers and that Jet offense just aren't playing the way you would hope they would. And against this Bills defense, that's not a good thing. Yeah, give me Buffalo going away. Dolphins Browns. This was the original Sunday night game, and then the Browns stunk up the joint and got this game flexed out. So I'm gonna take Miami. With the offense that the Browns have been going with, if you go a pass-heavy offense against Miami, it might not go that well for you. Miami has been weaker against the ground game. So if the Browns are going to win, they're going to have Jerome Ford have a big game. I'm not exactly sure that they're going to lean on that, though. And I think Miami does just enough to get past Cleveland. Colts and Giants. I'll take Indy. This game could have some meaning if I'm wrong about either the Charger or the Steeler game. Or, excuse me, the Bronco game. I don't know why I'm thinking about the Steelers. If I'm wrong about either the Chargers or the Broncos, this game will have meaning. The Colts would still be trying to stay in the playoff hunt. That being said, I think that regardless, you just can't trust the Giants. Especially not their offense. Their offense sucks. Colts, I can at least expect them to move the ball fairly effectively. Give me Indy. Raiders and Saints. The Raiders typically don't do that well going to this side of the country. Now, granted, I don't believe that New Orleans is Eastern time zone, which is where the Raiders really struggle. But I just know the Raiders typically struggle on the eastern side of the country. I'll take the Saints to get the win. Thursday Night Football sees the Seahawks and the Bears. Seattle kind of needs to win this game in order to go on and have a chance at the division title next week. I think they do get the win. I think they'll be able to run the ball pretty effectively against the Bears, and that'll lead to victory. I don't care who the top running back is for Seattle. I don't care if it's Kenneth Walker. I don't care if it's Zach Charbonnet. I think Seattle will have plenty of success running that ball and earning the win. Cardinals-Rams, this is the last game of the triple header on Saturday. And I'm calling for the upset. This will be, by point spread, a big upset. It is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Cardinals. I just remember back to earlier this season. I believe it was week 2. Where the Cardinals just had a field day against that Ram defense. And to this day, I still don't trust that Rams secondary. I think the Cardinals could have another big day on the offensive end. And I think the Rams will have to wait another week to try to lock up the West. So yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals. Falcons Commanders. This is the new Sunday night game after Dolphins and Browns got flexed out. This game gets flexed in. Both teams will go into this week with a chance to lock up a playoff spot. For Washington, it's as simple as win and you're in. Atlanta could lock up the South if they win and the Bucs lose. Ultimately, I'll take the Commanders going up against the Falcons. I just trust Jaden Daniels more than I do Michael Penix. I trust that Commanders offense more than I trust the Falcons offense. And yeah, I'll take Washington to lock up a playoff spot. Packers or Vikings? You got two teams that will be in the playoffs. At this point, it's a matter of seeding. Vikings could still win the NFC North over the Detroit Lions. In fact, they go into this week tied with the Lions for that division crown. Could see the Vikings get home field. But I'm not picking the Vikings this week. I'll take the Packers. I just think you look back at that first meeting, the Packers mostly lost due to Jordan Love turnovers. I think at this part of the season, Jordan Love is playing his best ball. I think there's not going to be as many turnovers this week. And I think Jordan Love has a big game to lead the Packers to a road win. Give me Green Bay. Panthers and Buccaneers. Tampa will need to win this game in order to stay in the race for the NFC South. I think they do, even if the Panthers have been a pretty decent team as of late. I think Tampa Bay, they might be a bit embarrassed by their showing last Sunday night against the Cowboys, and they'll be up to prove that they are the better team in this equation. Cowboys and Eagles. This game not quite as big a game as the NFL would have liked for it to be. I'm not sure about the status of Jalen Hurts after he left the game with a concussion. And the Cowboys, they've been playing pretty good football as of late. I mean, to take down the Buccaneers, for example. Play competitively with other teams. But here, I think the Eagle defense stands up. I think you get a big game from Saquon Barkley. I think the Eagles win this game and officially lock up the East. And then we got Monday Night Football. It's the Lions. It's the 49ers. It's the rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. One of these teams will be back in the playoffs. The other team will be the 49ers. Yeah, this game also not quite as big a game as the league would have liked when it scheduled this for Monday night. Ultimately, these are two teams dealing with a lot of injuries, but I'm going to take the Lions. I think those defensive injuries, they seem to be affecting the Lions less than they have the Niners. So I'll take Detroit. I think their offense does a good job of moving the ball against the 49ers. I guess what happens on the other side of the ball with the 49ers offense going up against the Lions defense is a bit of a toss-up. But I do think the Lions show a better offense of the 49ers on this evening, and it leads to a Lions victory. So there you go. There's my picks for week number 17 of the NFL season. If you like this, please like and subscribe for more to come in the following weeks. Back to our usual schedule of posting this on Wednesday next week. But until then, I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.